with her accolades. The beautiful and brilliant Tandy Fisher began her Mary Kay career at the age of 18 and debuted as a sales director at the age of 23. She has been driving free for 20 years and earned the use of her first of 11 pink Cadillacs at the age of 24. Do I have any women in the room under the age of 25? Are you excited? Are you inspired? Yes! You are next to make history in Mary Kay. She has been an 8-time double star achiever, 5-time triple star achiever. That says consistency, and my organization knows consistency is sexy. She has made 15 appearances in the National Court of Sales, and 4 of them have been in the top 20. She has made 5 appearances in the Court of Sharing and once in the top 20. Her highest honor was being named the monthly Miss Go Give in December of 2021 for the Emerald Division. Y'all, oh my goodness, she has led her unit to 18 appearances in the Circle of Achievement. That's 18 years of being top rank in this company. 6 of those have been in a $500,000 circle, twice in the Circle of Excellence at $650,000, and then twice in the Prestige. Everybody say Prestige. Oh, it's a big deal. The Prestige Circle of Excellence. And this year, y'all know this is a big old Mary Kay, don't y'all? This year, her Triumphant Testimonies unit ranked number 18 in the nation! This is a big old nation, y'all. That is a huge accomplishment. She has earned 5 top director trips, traveling on a Mediterranean cruise to the Greek Isles, porting in Italy, Turkey, and Greece. Scotland earned twice, Barcelona twice, and extended trips to Ireland and Majorca. Her highest commission check in 1 month, are y'all ready? $22,611.22. Will you please give a thunderous round of applause and standing ovation for my girlfriend from Rockford, Illinois, Cadillac Sales Director, Tandy Fisher!
Congratulations to Alicia and Deb and your units. Congratulations, what an amazing year. And to Deb and Kiana, my triple threat team. I just have to say how fun it has been to work on Chicagorama with you again this year. It is such a joy, such an honor to work with you. You guys, these ladies are seriously, truly excellent in all that they do. So I love you, girls. All right, well, again, I'm Tandy Fisher. So a little fun fact about my name, if a lot of people ask, like, how did you get that name? That was my mom's maiden name. So Tandy was her maiden name. But for those of you I haven't met, a little bit about me. My husband Troy and I live in Rockford. We got married on the beach in Puerto Vallarta 7 years ago, and he really is my Prince Charming. Every time my accolades are read, I usually have that in there. Like, she married her Prince Charming, he's my Prince Charming. He also works from home and is successful in his company, providing ag finance for the past 29 years. Troy and I are empty nesters and always tell people that we highly recommend it. It's a fun season. We love to travel and plan our calendars to take 1 vacation a month. We have 5 kids between the 2 of us. McKaylee was 3 months old when I joined Mary Kay. And then she and I stayed up until midnight when she turned 18, actually 12:01 because Mary Kay knew, so she could join my team. And she's not here today, but it is so fun to have her on this journey with me. She and her husband, Steve, are amazing parents and live in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, just an hour and 8 minutes, door to door, from my grandbabies. So my husband and me, we are Mia and Pops to our 3 grandkids. Riker is 7, Ren is 4, and Rhea is 2. And then my son, Micah, he stayed in Tuscaloosa after graduating from the University of Alabama and is my personal trainer in my home gym 2 times a week on FaceTime Those of you that have sons, you know it's a big deal to get to see your sons twice a week, right? Or even talk to them, any of the things when they're adults. He just got engaged this year and will be marrying my future daughter-in-law, Nikki. So McKaylee and I flew down to Tuscaloosa this last weekend to help Nikki pick out the most beautiful wedding dress. It was dinner and dress this weekend, and it was such a special time to be there with her. I have 3 beautiful bonus daughters that Troy brought into my life. Lauren lives in Phoenix. We're going to be heading out to visit her on Thursday. And Ellie lives in New York City, and Morgan lives in Denver. So it's a really good thing we like to travel, and they live in really cool places. Well, I am the proud director of the Triumphant Testimonies Unit. Ladies, please stand so we can recognize you. I am so proud to be up here representing you today as the number 2 unit.
Next year.
And I just got a call from corporate yesterday that you're today, we're ranking number 15 nationwide this year. So exciting. So I cannot wait, ladies, to be crossing the stage, watch you cross as that $1 million unit this year. It will be such a testimony to your triumphs individually and as a team. So thank you for your excellence. I love you. I truly do. So our unit name is Triumphant Testimonies. I want to tell you the definition of that word. Triumphant means having achieved victory or success, and testimony is a spoken statement of evidence or proof. When you share your testimonies, they show off God's goodness in your life and are proof of your success. But your story also gives women hope that if you can do it, they can do it too. So I want you to grab your notebook, and I want you to think for a minute. What is a triumph you've had in your business, a success you had? I want you to just jot that down. Did you know that this is part of your testimony? I mean, don't you wish that women just saw what we did and understood? Maybe just like asked to join your team, like Alicia did? I haven't had a lot of those. But testimonies require words. So who have you shared your testimony with? The Mary Kay story with? Your story of victories you've had in your Mary Kay business? And who do you need to share it with? I want you to write her name on your paper if somebody just came to mind, and continue that list as this day goes, because I know God will place women on your heart as you hear these stories. Our president of Mary Kay, Nathan Moore, has challenged us to the power of one more, adding one more Great Start team member. What if everyone in this room did that in February? I mean, Mary Kay would want to know what happened at Chicagorama. Look at this room right now. Can you imagine if there were that many more women in Mary Kay because of today, because of this decision? What if the one person, can you imagine the one person that you share that with? At one time, we were all the one. I am so thankful that my recruiter needed one more woman to join her team to earn her car. My Aunt Darcy called me out of the blue the last day of September 1997 to say that she had started Mary Kay and thought it would be something I would like. I was 18, had gotten married that year, moved to Lafayette, Indiana, 5 hours from where I grew up in Missouri, and was a stay-at-home mom with a new baby. I still remember the 3 things that she shared with me that stood out. First, she shared that Mary Kay is built on putting God first, family second, and career third. Second, she shared that it was flexible. I had a 3-month-old baby with no family near, and my husband was in retail management. And third thing she shared that caught my attention was, you make money to play in makeup. And I have always loved makeup, so I felt like this company was made for me. We were living on a really tight budget. You heard my highest check in 1 month was over $22,000? Well, our annual income, the day that I signed that $100 agreement, was only $17,000. But I could hold one more party, sell one more item when we needed extra money, or when our car would break down, or we wanted to go on a trip to visit our family. It created an awesome tax shelter and got me out of the house to have adult conversations at my parties and my Monday night meetings. 4 years later, I was 22, and at this point, my husband had a good job. We had just built a house in a small town called Byron, which was a little south of Rockford. We now had 2 kids. McKaylee was 4 and Micah was 2 when my husband told me that he wanted to go back to school. Well, I was playing in Mary Kay, but I pulled out the career path brochure and said, this is where I am right now, a senior consultant with 1 team member, and this is where I would need to be, a director. So I called my director on February 17th and said, I know I haven't talked to you in a while, but I'd like to be a director. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. She helped me map out a plan to do 2 to 3 parties a week and to call her daily for mentorship and accountability. 11 days later, I was on target in MDIQ. 3 months later, earned my first free car, and the next month debuted as a sales director. 1 year later, my unit completed Cadillac qualifications, and I was driving my first pink Cadillac at the age of 24. To this day, if you ask me what the secret is one, make a decision, like a really serious decision. Did you know that the meaning of the word decide comes from the Latin word decidere, which means to cut off all other options? And the second, to be consistent. Now, before we move on, did you notice the date that I said I had one active team member when I made a decision and called my director? February 17th. What is today's date? February 10th. Is there anyone in this room who could get excited about earning a car 3 months from now? Yes. Is there anybody in this room that would like to debut on that stage this year? It does not matter where you are right now. What matters is the decision followed by action and consistency. That triumph is my testimony to show you that if I can do it, you can do it too. Now, my husband never went back to school, but I thought, well, God always has a bigger plan. When I earned my first Cadillac, he quit his job and Mary Kay became our full income. Now, if you're doing the math of when I started my Mary Kay and how long I've been married to my Prince Charming, you probably realize there's a gap, and it's not the same person. So I became a single mom when my kids were 12 and 14. I filed for divorce the day that my husband was arrested for domestic violence against me. That first Cadillac, 8 years prior, positioned me to financially be able to stay in our home and take care of my kids. It was such a difficult obstacle, but God carried me through it. I remember blaring the Crest and Crown song, I Will Praise You in This Storm, during that season, knowing that it would just be a season. I guarantee every speaker on this stage that you'll hear today could do a day-long seminar, on all the storms and all the obstacles they've encountered in their life and how they've overcome those obstacles they faced. So don't think for a minute when you make this decision and set out to be consistent that you won't have them. It's a part of life, whether you're in Mary Kay or not. We are just blessed enough to have an environment that allows us to flourish regardless of our obstacles if we choose to. What a gift to be a part of a team that someone cared enough about us, the one, or maybe even just cared enough about their own goal, that they picked up the phone one more time to share this opportunity with us. So you were recruited to be on the team. You wear the jersey, or in our case, the #1 foam finger. But now you must play the game. Our pastor was using this example in a recent sermon about sharing your testimony of salvation. He said, what if you were recruited to the team because of your great talents and abilities, but after you were recruited, you said, oh, I just want to sit here on the bench, coach. I just want to learn from you. I just want to practice. I want to be on the team, but I'm a little afraid to play. Let the women who are more confident play. Does it take courage to play? Yes, because the game can be tough sometimes, but there will be so many wins that are missed out on if you choose not to play. So who recruited you in Mary Kay? What did she see in you? What are you great at? Are you great at teaching skincare, color application, lifting other women up, hospitality, money management, planning events, recruiting? You may not be good at all of these things, but I bet you're really great at one of them, maybe more. You are a part of this team. Your recruiters team, your units team, your national area team, Team Mary Kay US, and globally. We need you to play with the gifts and talents you've been given. So are you ready to go? The more equipped you are, the more confident you will be to play the game. So gear up and grab your kit. Let me grab mine and show you. Oh gosh, why is it so heavy? Do you want to see what I'm carrying around? Yeah. Weights, that's for sure. Anybody that helped me move this? The first thing, fear. Fear. Satan operates in fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And did you know that fear and faith cannot operate in the same place? So replace that fear. Replace the fear with faith. That's the only one that's going to be hard to get to on the front. Faith. Faith is described in Hebrews 11:1 as being certain of what we do not see. It is an absolute belief that God is constantly working behind the scenes in every area of our life, even when there is no tangible evidence to support that fact. Hebrews 11 is an incredible book filled with stories about that. What's the next thing that could be holding your back, the next weight? What about time? Does anybody have that obstacle? Time. We are busy women. But busy women get things done. We know how to get things done. So oftentimes it just comes down to time management. So grab your weekly plan sheet, fill it out. Anytime you have this feeling that you feel you're too busy, pull out your weekly plan sheet. Mary Kay encouraged us to keep our priorities in order of God first, family second, career third, not 23rd. Delegate what you can. Then don't worry about the time you don't have. What can you do in the time you do have? Fill out your 6 most important things list and get those filled out before bed and get to work on them the next morning. What's the next one? How about money? Anybody have that weighing down? The lack of money in your life, can that be an obstacle? But what if you replace that? That's the exact reason we pick up our starter kits, right? Because we know inside those starter kits, there's lots of money. Stacy James just showed us that in her accolades. Lots of money that can come from that. What's the next thing that could be holding you back? I've heard people say they don't have their family supporting them. Anybody not have their family supporting them? You guys. So who else do you know? Not that big of a deal if your family is not supporting you. This is a big country, and there are people everywhere. Our virtual world has opened up that and it has gotten rid of our borders for sure. The next thing is doubt. Doubt is a real thing. Doubt is an obstacle that has so many people back, but it is time to win the war in your mind and replace that doubt with truth. Pick up books that are going to encourage you and lift you up. Put your AirPods in and listen to your Bible app, to podcasts, to Mary Kay in Touch, and all the videos and all the stories of the women that have gone before you. Kids can be a huge obstacle, but don't use your kids as your excuse. Use them as your reason. I remember hearing Kathy Bill say that at my very first Chicagorama years ago. My kids were 2 and 4 at that time, and it just so happened that this picture is sitting in my studio of them at ages 2 and 4. That was not on purpose. That was a cool gathering of the time that decision was made. And what about your past? Have you had bookings and she canceled on you? Anybody?
Yeah.
Am I the only one? If she cancels on you, guess what? Did you know there are over 7 billion people in this world? You're gonna let one person ruin your day? Like, no big deal. Get a new script out, open that date book, and book one more. That one more may take you exactly where you wanna go. And what about the fear of success? That is a real fear too. Like, what if you build this really great customer base and you decide you don't want to do it anymore? Can I just tell you right now, your recruiter will be happy to take care of them for you. She'll be happy to take care of those sales. What if you really want to be a director, but you're afraid because you get there and you think, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Did you know your director will always welcome you back into her unit? So don't let that fear of success hold you back. There is freedom in just knowing that it's okay. Martin Luther King Jr. said you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. So whatever your goal is, decide today to cut off all other options. The bricks, the obstacles in your life, they're not bad, they're just part of life. And did you know if I was lifting those bricks over and over, I would get stronger. Those obstacles make you stronger, they make you a better leader, and they allow you to help others to go through those same things. When you lift enough bricks, you will have victories, and the weight will lessen. And now you can take your obstacles, you can take this This is much lighter, much easier to hold. You can take your obstacles and use them as stepping stones to take your place on the platform to share your testimony, showing God's goodness and helping others to see that if she can do it, then I can do it too. So ladies, let's soar in 2024.